Hello, and welcome to Indie Cigar Review. Today, I am reviewing the Miraflor, however you say the name, Barrel Collection Cognac Toro. So, a bit about this cigar. It claims to be cognac infused. You can definitely taste it, most certainly smell it. Nice thick clouds of currently chewy smoke. It comes in this decorative little barrel. When they say barrel collection, they mean barrel collection. It comes in this 20 nice, neatly packed cognac infused cigars. Now, I don't keep them in that. The only reason why I have that is it comes with this little stand. So it's a nice little showpiece. And I keep my smoking accessories in it. My long Davidoff matches, lighters, cutters, etc., etc., etc. So it's a very nice showpiece for that purpose. Front of the palate is tobacco, a somewhat harsh, peppery tobacco. With a very nice, pleasant, mild cognac finish to it. Excellent draw. I cut this with a punch cutter. And I wanted to try a different method of lighting a cigar. Normally, I use a butane torch. Now, I was watching a video from CigarAficionado.com. It's also a magazine, but I watched it on the website. Of a man that lit a cigar without cutting the end and instead took 3 matches, set them down, rolled off the burnt ends of each match, and lit his cigar. And after the cherry, so to speak, was nice and hot, he then clipped his cigar and then began to draw. And the man described it as a ritual, that you should always smoke a quality cigar with that ritual. Now, is this a quality cigar? Not so much. It's enjoyable. Nice, good quantities of smoke. But it is no Davidoff. Therefore, I did not use my Davidoff matches. I used a free box of matches I got from CigarsInternational.com. Not an endorsement, but good company. I got this from ThompsonCigar.com, a company I normally do not like to deal with, but they had a good deal for it. And they're pretty much the only place I could find them. So, I'm going to keep on smoking and enjoying this lovely Connecticut wrapped Miraflor Cognac Barrel Collection in Toro. And I am probably saying that name terribly wrong. I apologize for that. I am a white boy and my tongue does not form foreign words very well. Cannot roll my R's and cannot do an accent to save my life. I am what I am. So yes, I shall speak to you shortly. Alright, we are 12 minutes in. Fairly fast burner, per the usual for these cigars. The last one lasted me an hour and 4 minutes. So let's see if this performs the same. Nice, solid, mildly salt and pepper ash. Very good smoke. Very mild cigar, as I had said. That nice, semi-harsh, peppery tobacco with a very nice, smooth cognac finish. Very enjoyable cigar. Now, I'm not sure how much these retail for a single one, but for a box they're 50 bucks. But for the nice little decorative case that comes along with it, I'd say personally it's worth it. I enjoy them. For infused cigars, I tend to smoke them more than normal in the past, but lately I've gotten into the naturals much more. But when I first purchased this box of cigars, I smoked one and it was alright. Nothing terribly special. I don't know if it was the age or the method of lighting, but it's much, much better. I'd imagine it's just the age. The lighting was more of a ritual. Calms the mind, leaves you in anticipation of the actual smoke as you concentrate to get the burn even and just right for the cooked tip. But yes, my previous review was very, I had tried something different. I tend to have problems speaking sometimes. So I tried being very calm, using a deeper voice, and I watched the video afterwards I was done. And I noticed it was very monotone, very boring, very unlike me. Naturally, I'm a very bubbly, happy, smiley person. Most people try to shake my hand and I give them a hug. That's just how I am. I am a 6'8", normally very thin ginger kid. I'm a bit chubby right now, currently have my winter coat on. But generally speaking, that's how I am. So, I will come back to you at the second, third, or the halfway point based upon where the flavors shift. Thank you for your time. Alright. Down to a little past the second, third, almost to the halfway point. Flavors have gotten stronger. Less of that smooth cognac and more of a peppered tobacco. Still very enjoyable. Almost a medium bodied, not quite there though. Still on the mild side, just a much stronger mild cigar. It's almost medium if this is per the usual. It'll get to be a medium a little bit past the band point, and it'll stay that way until the end of the cigar. As you can see, the burn maybe needed a touch up, a bit of a canoeing going on there. Not terrible. It should fix itself. The construction has never been an issue with this cigar. This is the first Miraflor I've had. Again, probably saying it wrong, but it won't be the last because I really have no complaints with the cigar. Now, be it the aging process, only been aged about a month, bear in mind, or the act of lighting with the matches over the butane lighter and the whole traditional effect, and then punching in a hole in the end with a spring-loaded punch. All possibly culminated in a very intriguing cigar. But more than likely, I'm just babbling to myself, and it aged about a month, and now it's simply better. That is how cigars work. When they're properly humidified and properly aged, they do get much, much better. So, I will come back to you with the band point, and then once more with the nub with my final impressions. And this is the Miraflor Cognac Barrel Collection in Toro. Alright, we are back to the band point of the Miraflor Cognac Barrel Collection in Toro. Let's remove this band. Minor flaking of the wrapper, a little bit of damage to it. Burns still not razor sharp, but I have not had to touch it up. It corrected itself from how it was before, and then began going a little sideways again. Either way, still a very enjoyable cigar. I am pleasantly surprised. Again, the way cigars age will always never cease to fascinate me. In a month's time, a decent stick has turned from it into a decent stick into a pretty good cigar. It holds its own with some of the higher top shelves I've bought. Not as good, of course. You do pay for the product, you do pay for the quality. But it's still an enjoyable smoke. So I will come back to you with one final update at the actual nub of the cigar with my final impressions, my farewell, and a thank you to a very kind subscriber. Very quick update. The draw has increased significantly to produce a great deal of very thick smoke on the positive. On the negative, it's began to get very, very hot. The flavors are becoming completely washed out, but it's already been an hour. I'm sure I can smoke this down and probably make it last about an hour and 20. But if you want a purely enjoyable cigar and to maintain those flavors and cool smoke and that pleasant experience, this is probably where you'd want to stop it. It's roughly a half an inch past the band point. But for purposes of the review only, and per my usual method, I will smoke this down to the absolute nub. So far, I expect to have a very unpleasant look on my face when the video resumes. So, we are down to essentially the nub of the Miraflor. Probably still saying that wrong. Cognac Infused Barrel Collection in Toro. I added the infused part, it's not on the label or the marketing gimmick. I will smoke this cigar even further down, however the burn has slowed down such a dramatic amount that I can draw on it 10 times and it barely even burns. It's not to say that it doesn't produce smoke, because it does. Not a lot, but still very flavorful, very enjoyable. When I first purchased the cigar, it did not do this. It did not last this long. Now, for the vast majority of the cigar, smoked it down in roughly 50 minutes. I'm currently approaching the 2-hour mark, and the burn just slowed so much that I frankly have no idea how long it will last. So, flavors are definitely very washed out. Quite strong cigar. I gave my female friend a hit of it because she tends to enjoy cigars and her tongue went numb and she's having difficulty swallowing. So, pretty strong. She normally tends to like the much more mild cigars as that cigar started off as, but currently it's not. So if you enjoy your cigars strong after you age it about a month, there is no reason why you cannot smoke it for at least a couple of hours and get a nice full-bodied smoke out of it. The smoke stops being chewy a little past the band point. It's actually very minimal, but still packed with plenty of flavor. Not cognac, not even tobacco. It's hard to explain what it actually tastes like, but it's not entirely unpleasant. It is enjoyable. So, give me one moment to go to my channel to look up names, because I am horrible when it comes to names. Names and numbers and places. There's a reason why I tend to write everything down. And my subscribers. So, thank you very, very much to one Smoke and Scotch. He reviews liquor, pipe tobacco, and cigars. And one J Greenwald, with no videos to speak of currently, but I still sincerely thank you for your patronage. So this has been the Miraflor Barrel Collection Cognac Toro. Very good cigar. I give it a tobacco-inspired smile, and I will post the actual full length of the cigar in the description below. So, this cigar gets a tobacco-infused smile, cheese, per my usual rating system. Now what that means to me is it makes me happy. It is a good cigar down all the way through. There might be problems with it, there might not be, but if a cigar makes me happy, if I'm enjoyable with the presentation, with the smoke, with the length, with everything, then that is my rating for it. If it is bad, I will simply tell you it is bad. It's not the most accurate or detailed rating system, but it's what I do. So thank you so much for your time. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If not, it is entirely up to you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. Hope it is you're having a wonderful time doing it. Thank you once again, and have a good night and a Merry Christmas for the next 2 hours before it turns to be December 26th. Thank you once again.